I love my job. I love my life. I love feeling alive and vibrant and talking and having fun and making a difference in other people's lives. And that's why I'm doing this, is so that people that are out there know you can get through this. That's it. Hi, my name is Jill. I'm a superintendent of a high school. I'm a wife, a mother, an aunt, a daughter, and I've been living with recurrent pericarditis since 2015. I had no idea what was happening. I had woken up a couple of times in the night wondering why my neck was hurting. I didn't know why my shoulder and chest hurt. I thought maybe I had heartburn. And then it got to the point where underneath, like right here, I felt like every time I took a deep breath, some little man was in there with an ice pick just stabbing me every time I took a deep breath. It was horrendous. So I stopped taking deep breaths. I started shallow breathing. I realized I couldn't lay down. So that's when the pain became so bad, I decided to go to the ER because I thought I might be having a heart attack. Because of course, if you Google the symptoms, shortness of breath, pain in the upper, shoulders, women have different symptoms than men. So that's why I went to the ER, and I was glad that I did. I thought, I'm too young. I'm 45 years old. I can't be having a heart attack. What is going on? Something's bad is happening to me, but I better go and find out because my daughter, I didn't want her to be an orphan, honestly. When I was in the ER after I had an EKG and an echocardiogram, after the CT scan with dye, the doctor came in nonchalantly, kind of grouchy, and he said, "You have a pericardial effusion." And I said, "What's that?" And he proceeded to tell me, not in layman's terms, so I kind of turned my head like a dog and just kind of went back because he wasn't the type that was going to spend any time. His bedside manner wasn't that great. And he decided to give me some pain medication and send me home. It got worse. It got way worse. I ended up going back to the ER, and they kept me overnight. A pulmonologist came in and treated me with steroids. And I went back to work, and everything was hunky-dory. And then, whammo, several weeks later, it comes back with a vengeance. And that's when I called my cardiologist and said, "I think it's back." I brought all my records from the hospital to the cardiologist so that she could read. And she said, I think you have, idiopathic recurrent pericarditis. The first recurrence was different because the pericardial effusion was gone now. And so it was just inflammation around the heart. So it wasn't the stabbing pain. Now it was more like a squeezing pain, like a snake was wrapping around from my neck all the way down to my shoulder blades and stopping right underneath my chest and just compressing and squeezing everything. And I couldn't talk, I couldn't swallow, I couldn't walk to the bathroom without being short of breath. I couldn't climb stairs in my house. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't sleep. I had to lean forward to get relief. If I leaned back, the pressure was unbelievable. It would bring me to tears. I know when I'm getting a recurrence because it usually happens while I'm sleeping, and I usually have neck pain, which I never have, and then my voice starts to go hoarse. Once my voice starts to go hoarse and I feel a little twinge in my chest area below my breast, I know it's coming on full force. It's like a badly scraped knee, and it just needs to rest and heal. And until it rests and heals, it doesn't let you get up, it doesn't let you walk, it won't let you talk, it won't let you speak, and it won't let you sleep. During the flares of pericarditis, sleeping is one of the most difficult things, and I'm always exhausted and fatigued. It's terrible. It's the only time I ever nap during the day. I'm not a napper. I'll stay up, and I only need about 5 hours of sleep a night, but during pericarditis, if you see me napping, it's because I have a fever. Before pericarditis, I was really active. I exercised 6 or 7 days a week. I used to run 3 to 5 miles a day. I taught water aerobics even when I had my daughter when I was pregnant. I've always been an active person. I went horseback riding a lot. And then once in 2015 when this hit, I really lost my conditioning pretty quickly. You physically can't exercise. I couldn't run anymore. I gained weight, and it's very hard to take off as you get older. And then on the social media group that I joined, I learned that people said, keep your heart rate under 100. Drink plenty of water. Rest, rest, rest. That's what they emphasize. For someone like me, rest? What? What is that? I cannot rest. And so it's frustrating, and you have to keep your mind going, and you have to stay positive, and you have to stay focused no matter how frustrating it gets. You have to persevere through it, because otherwise you'll fall into a deep depression, and you just can't do that. The biggest challenge for me with pericarditis is not knowing when it's going to come on, full flare, and not being able to do the things that I love to do every day and be my best self. Pain wears on you. It wears on you mentally and spiritually, and it's exhausting. And so you have to keep going and keep positive. And it's really hard to do when you're in it. You just keep telling yourself certain things every day. And that, you have to keep remembering you're going to get slowly better. Like, I'm talking like a teeny bit better and stronger every day. Based on my experience with pericarditis, you have to advocate for yourself. Nobody knows their own body better than you do. Not a doctor, not your friends, not your parents, nobody. You have to advocate and get them to listen, even if you have to say it 150 times. You have to advocate for what you need and what gives you relief. Advice I would give somebody who's going to see their cardiologist or primary care doctor regarding pericarditis is to write down all the symptoms you've had, keep a log every single day, because you forget. It's almost like having a baby. You forget the pain that you went through. But with pericarditis, if you keep a log, it keeps those symptoms fresh. And sometimes the recurrences are different, depending on if you have an effusion or you don't have an effusion, or if you have fluid, if you don't have fluid, if it's just dry inflammation. It's all different, and people need to know what you're going through. And you can also start, when you keep a log, to know when it's starting to get better. And you may feel a little better every single day, but it's just a little. And so that's where the log will help you communicate better with your doctor about the symptoms and keep yourself going to know that you're on the road to healing. I have a daughter to live for and 2 stepsons and a wonderful husband, and I'm not letting me take this. This isn't taking me down. It can try, but I'm going to fight back. So keep fighting.